All right, guys and gals. You guys have seen the title. You know what it's time for. We are finally going to do another Nuzlocke game challenge. Woohoo, right? And look no further than a game I've already played on this channel. Well, in fact, I actually didn't play on this channel. I have a re-upload from my old channel of playing Lord of the Rings The Third Age. I played through the game normally, had a lot of fun doing that and such, and obviously we always want to play different games. We want to play our favorite games, however, but we usually want to add spice to those games, right? We want to have a new challenge, a new adventure in games that we love, and look no further than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, to me, is one of the greatest film trilogies of all time. It's the greatest written word of all time, period. And Lord of the Rings The Third Age had that RPG element that just made me go, mwah, chef's kiss, right? So, how do I do a challenge mode of this? Well, I mean, I could just play it on hard mode like everything else. I could do a deathless run and such, but no. No. Not with the gray matter between these two ears. No, what we are going to do is we're going to do a Nuzlocke. Now, how do we separate a Nuzlocke from a deathless run? Let's just go over that really quick. It's very simple. A deathless run is simply play the game on any mode of difficulty and don't die. That could be considered a Nuzlocke. However, in the Pokemon terms, additional rules are required to make a Nuzlocke challenge. And how do you do that? You add difficulty curves of your own making. You add your own rules to limit yourself in the game so you're not able to use broken abilities, hacks abilities, cakewalk your way through the game. It's self-imposed rules to give yourself a challenge in a game that you love. That's the way I define the difference between a deathless run and a Nuzlocke challenge. Okay? However you want to define it, you go right ahead. But that's what we're doing here today, and we're going to run down these rules. I think over here. Yeah, probably over here. Anyways, camera's reversed, so I always forget where to point the finger. Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. I hate it when it does that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so what we're going to do here is we're going to run down the list of rules before we get underway with our Nuzlocke challenge for Lord of the Rings The Third Age. As you guys can see down below here, we have the Nuzlocke attempts listed down below, plus our progress is listed even below that. Also, right over here in the sort of corner area is the lore you know. Get the pun? In our first challenge, we added a bunch of lore from the books and different things that I knew from the movies, from the documentaries, from behind the scenes and stuff like that. Things that people might not be aware of. Whenever I was watching my movies with friends and family and stuff like that, they would always ask questions, and I'd be like, well, actually, this is how this works. They'd be like, wow, okay. You know, so those are things that I think that people would be interested in knowing, just the fun facts. A lot of these are going to be repeated from the original series that I did on my old channel that is still up on this channel, but it was a re-upload. It was many years ago, so I feel like, you know, there might be some new ones thrown in here, but a lot of them will be repeats from that one, so hopefully you check that one out as well. But yeah, so anyways, Nuzlocke attempts, lore you know, and our progress bar. Now, for the Nuzlocke rules themselves. So, right over here. Yeah, this way. Yeah, okay. The Nuzlocke rules over here. Obviously, first and foremost, rule number 1, no deaths. And there are no mulligans, by the way. No stopping at disc 1, you know, and calling it, okay, I made the halfway point. No, there's no real way to cheese a boss that I know of or anything like that, but none of that stuff. No attempts at mulligans of any description, no halfway point markers, checkpoints, anything like that. No, we are playing from the beginning of the game, the moment you load up Lord of the Rings and Gandalf starts talking, until we're all the way to the Tower of Barad-dûr. We are not, nope. Full run, you die once, you restart the whole thing. And, spoiler alert, we don't, yeah. This tally ain't gonna remain at 0, just saying. But yeah, so rule number 2 is quite obvious to a lot of you guys. No evil mode. right out of the gate. Evil mode is something that you unlock. For those of you who don't know, evil mode you unlock after clearing each region. There are 9 regions, I believe, total in the game. 8 or 9 regions. I think it's 9. And as you clear each region, you are able to play an evil version where you play, you know, the Balrog, the orcs, etc., and you defeat your main characters. You unlock really great items, you know, not so great at first, but they get steadily better as you clear, you know, midway through the game, especially after Disc 1, and you get some really heavy-hitting items that definitely add a boost to your party's capability in-game. So, because the save file obviously overwrites and you add those items once you beat evil mode into your save file. Obviously, that's a big bonus and benefit. We're cutting out evil mode altogether. No evil mode whatsoever. Rule number 3 is going to be, on top of that, no elf stones. No accessory enchantments. So the 4 elf stone slots, forget about it. No, especially the crafting ones. Your shadow crafting, your nimble crafting, all that stuff, because that is obviously going to allow you to, not infinitely necessarily, but pretty much spawn a bunch of healing items, get a bunch of items that you wouldn't otherwise be privy to. The more you train it up, it becomes very easy to cheese once again, and that's not really in the spirit of a challenge run of any game. So we're just cutting that out altogether. No elf stones, armor enchantment, shadow protection, water, nothing. No crafting, no elf stones, period, on any character at any time. So most of those are locked behind evil mode anyways, or the better ones I should say. However, you still get access to quite a few elf stones throughout normal gameplay, just not allowed to equip them nor use them. The next one, well, the next 2 are actually very character specific. I have them all written down here because this was recorded last year. All the gameplay was anyways. The gameplay was recorded last year, and I finally got around time to editing it and stuff. But I still have my list of the rules I was following sitting right here in front of me, you know, on a sheet of paper. So we have 2 specific rules for characters. Number 1 is Idriel. Now, I'm sure you guys all know exactly what I'm going to say. No Aura of the Valor, no Power of the Valor. Right? That's what you guys think. Helm's Deep all of a sudden got a lot harder for you guys, didn't it? However, no. It's not just that. No spirit powers. No spirit power on Idriel whatsoever throughout the whole game. Work that one out. Yeah. You thought I was just limiting it to Aura of the Valor and stuff. No. Too easy to have Gift of Galadriel saving our ass all the time. You know, a free heal. No. No spirit powers whatsoever on Idriel. That becomes fun later on, trust me. And the final one is also character specific. Elegost and the Arrows of Sleep. The Arrows of Sleep by themselves are generally not that OP. However, once he unlocks one of his passive abilities and allows Arrows of Sleep to hit all the targets on the field, multiple targets on the field, Arrows of Sleep, the problem with this is as the difficulty curve gets higher, the problem is that most of those enemies are immune to a lot of things. Sleep ain't one of them. They are susceptible, most enemies in the game are susceptible to sleep. Even higher ranked enemies, cave trolls, orcs, goblins, easterlings, they're all susceptible to sleep. And the fact that you can hit one item, one button, and put them all to sleep and stuff is a huge advantage that is just completely unfair. So though I believe I do misclick Arrows of Sleep once or twice during gameplay, and you guys will see it, I don't think that at any point it was relevant, so I continued the run as it was. But yeah, and also due to the fact that this is a challenge run, of course, we're going to be doing a little more grinding for our skill set and stuff, so Arrows of Sleep and its subsequent multi-hit attack is going to come far sooner in the game, and that would just feel very hacksy, very broken. So yeah, so no intentional Arrows of Sleep whatsoever. And if Arrows of Sleep did matter, I don't believe it ever did, but if Arrows of Sleep ever did matter, I obviously restarted the whole run. Or, you know, whatever. But it it was never used in a boss battle or misclicked in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, arrows asleep, no Idriel, just going down checks this. So no arrow. Well, Idriel you can use, but you're not allowed to use spirit powers whatsoever. The entire spirit power tree, nope. So no arrows asleep on Elagos, no evil mode, no elf stones, and once again, you die, you're dead, and you start all over again. Hence this little counter right down here. So, anyways, with all that being said, we're going to get right underway with starting this. So here we start, and keep an eye on that counter, guys. It's going to be probably a doozy. So let's just get underway. Now, that being said, hopefully the audio and everything's okay. I don't have much of a choice while pre-recording and such. That being said, as you guys probably know, there might be a few cutscenes, but for the most part, we're only going to follow the significant battles going forward, right? And it is what it is. And I do actually have to loudly talk over this because I'm sure both the music and the gameplay and Ian McKellen's voice is all copyrighted. So, yeah. But yeah, so as I already explained to you guys, once again, I had to record that a couple of times, so I probably screwed it up. Pretty much, as I said, we're following the 5 rules. We're going to do our best here, but these are going to be majorly streamlined, so only significant battles, you know, in our Nuzlocke attempt, if they were a really close battle, or, you know, we obviously, if we lost, if we got a game over and we have to restart, things like that will definitely be down here in the attempt screen, and we'll be showcasing it, obviously, right? But we also will be, showcasing all the major boss battles, any significant battle, I guess, as I decided which ones were significant, which ones aren't, you know. Region-ending battles, the first time you fight a cave troll, things like that, I guess. But yeah, mostly things like that will be showcased here, but it's more highlights. It's more of a highlight reel. Still very long, considering the amount of gameplay and the amount of amazing battles that are in this game, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's still quite a bit of gameplay, but yeah, we're just trying to showcase the highlights, and because we've already done a full minute by minute, second by second gameplay that's still on the channel, re-uploaded from my old channel, as I already explained. It's still up there, so to replay the same game again, I feel like even on a challenge mode might bore some people outside of streaming, you know, so. Now, what do you guys think of this prologue, by the way? I love the prologue. I don't like the fact that Gil-galad is showcased, but he's not involved. Elendil and Gil-galad didn't have nothing to do with Sauron's death. You know, there were some issues with that, but it was still epic as hell. And I understand why Peter Jackson made... It was for cinema's sake that he made it more heroic tale and stuff. By the way, guys, if the audio and the gameplay glitches out... I did have some problems with the emulation at the time. You know, the frame rate would randomly drop. You know, I'd play for like an hour, and all of a sudden the frame rate in the middle of a battle would drop, you know, for 10 minutes, and then go back to fine. Resetting it didn't help. Nothing helped. It was just like, okay, it wants to glitch for a while, and then it would be right back. I didn't open it, you know, so. But yeah, opening battle, beginning of the game. Of course, we're going to showcase it right here, right now. Technically, for good reasons, we gotta fight 2 Nazgul with no sword skills, no nothing, just attack them, and they're immune. I'm feeling this counter is about to get to 1 really quick. Should that count? I feel like that's almost like the trainer battle in Pokemon Red and Blue. It's like, technically, a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't count, and it's like, no, you can win that battle. This one I don't think counts because we have no chance of winning the battle. You know, it's not like the Budokai series where, you know, you fight with Budokai Tenkaichi, you're supposed to lose with Piccolo against Raditz, but if you happen to level up and win, then it's a whole new storyline because you're like, oh shit. right? So no, we're not actually going to count that one here. But yeah, no, I don't believe in those people that say, oh, losing to the rival battle doesn't count. I'm like, no, you lost to Nuzlocke. Try again.
Let him be spared. To you I bestow this gift of my people.
So the idea is, does it black out or white out or game over? If it doesn't do that, then it's not. It's not a game over. It's not the end of your run. If it does do that, outside of context, I can't think of a game where that counts. And you know what I mean? So yeah, so our first attempt here, we just wanted to showcase, honestly, I just showcased that for that simple matter to explain that. Is that, like, technically speaking, does that count? We went to 0 health, we lost the battle, but once again, that's the only way to continue. There's no way to win that battle, so it is what it is. This is where we get Elagast, and we fight against the, he kills 2 wargs like a boss. Hello, lovely.
To use the crows. Lure the wargs in close. They kill faster that way.
Now, once again, because Idriel is limited to our we're not allowed to use her spirit powers whatsoever. Not just Power of the Valor and Aura of the Valor. We could have just limited that. A lot of people suggested that when I was talking on Reddit. But I said, well, don't use your spirit powers at all. We are allowed to use Idriel. We're only allowed to use her sword skills, which she sucks at, by the way. So Elagast is obviously going to be a key member going forward. We're going to be using the boys, pretty much. We're going to use our Dunedain Ranger, our Dwarf Lord, and our Gondorian. We're using all 3. We're using the boys. It's going to be a boy dance party. It's a boy dance party. Pretty sad what happened to Bruce Willis, actually. But yeah, so here, we're having no trouble here, in all honesty. I didn't expect us to this early in the game, by the way. Like, it would be really sad if we did have trouble this early in the game, just getting Elagast, going through Edagon for the first time. You know, I didn't expect us to have any Nuzlocke attempt failures. There's nothing too keen. You're still learning the game. The game is still not hand-holding you, but teaching you how the game works. At this point, you're still getting those little tutorial messages popping up. You know, you're still, like, quick level ups like that. You know what I mean? Quest completed, our first quest. Gaining party members. See, like, we're still getting those tutorial things, so it is what it is. Now, we switched over to Elagast here, obviously, to raise a little bit of experience. And now this is where we're going to encounter our dwarf companion, Hadhud. Hadhud, actually, these characters' names reappear in Battle for Middle-earth 2 in the created character. Hadhud looks so cool. I just wish that his helmets... I really wish he had like a helmetless helmet because he looks like such a badass. His character model is on point. And it's really sad to cover up that wonderful head of hair. It really is. I don't like covering it up. The hide helmet option is one of the greatest options, by the way, in video games. Dragon Age 2 did it. Phenomenal. Because you spend all that time creating your character and shit. Now, this cave troll originally, I don't think he gave us much trouble. He does massive damage, as you can see, with massive swing, obviously. But we have enough time in between, especially with Idriel here using Stunning Strike. You know, and things like that. It's quite easy to just... And as you can see, we already have Fellowship Grace. We've been using a lot of leadership skills up to this point. We've been definitely utilizing our skill trees as much as we can. Because obviously, though we're not going to grind up to Gondor Rampage by the time we get to the Balrog or anything like that, because that would be overkill once again. I didn't include that in the rules because that goes without saying, in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? It's sort of like you could do a Nuzlocke by training your Blaziken up to level 100 in the grass against level 2s. But, I mean, that's not against Nuzlocke. But, you know, everyone's going to be like, yeah, anybody can do that. The point is not to do it the easy way. The point is you made a challenge for yourself. Why are you trying to cheap and cheese the challenge? Right? So anyways. But yeah, obviously we're having very little trouble with this cave troll. Things are going quite easy for us. We're taking damage, obviously, but, you know, easily healed up. And between all the critical hits we're getting and everything like that, the wounding strike's doing a lot. Barathor here, Guardian Strike, you know, finally takes him down. It's all good. I mean, you could argue it was close because of the massive swings and stuff like that, but even if he had been comatose, we had enough stunning strikes, and Hadhood was at full health. There was a lot going on there. And now we're still in the Aragorn area. And it's the Watcher in the water. Okay. So now this was the first time I attempted this. Not so bloody hot. Obviously. As you guys can see, I'm already down Barathor right here. We're not using perfect mode as we probably should at this junction with our low level of health. We're not gaining anything by keeping it, by the way, obviously, because Taunt is still at 5, Company Might's still at 20. You know, we're not gaining that ability yet for Barathor at the very least by keeping it perfect mode for AP reasons. Reeking Spout does massive damage, as you guys can see, so we're losing a lot of health right there. Hadhood gets a few skills out of the way, but the moment, obviously, his turn order changes the moment he uses one Flaming Fury. So now, he doesn't get 2 moves. He's down to 1 move. And it's, he's not even on the move pool after this, is he? Yeah, no, he's not even listed at that point. The Watcher's going to go twice before he goes again. He's at 96 health. We decide, oh, well, I'm Barathor, so instead, do I sword? Well, obviously I can't sword. Do I do leadership? Maybe I should Company Might. Maybe Fellowship Grace. And it's like, how is any of that going to help in this situation? We need health. Use perfect mode. Use it. Nope. Go for the item. Decide that using, which is it? Restore. Yeah. Restoring greater health to 1 character. To Hadhood. Bringing them to 420, which is great. But that monster. Look, this close in the yellow. Between the Creature Bane and the perfect mode, he would have died. He would have died. No, he would have died to the perfect mode. So here I am. Creature Bane. Reeking Spout kills everyone off. Because it does over 300. And of course, Hadhood. Tentacle Whip is what it is. Now, we start off with an arrow volley with perfect mode, right? And Fellowship Grace. Then a flaming... No, Stone Shield? Oh, Stone Shield. Alright, we're playing this game safe. We're doing shit safe right now. And a Tentacle Whip. Not what I expected, but okay. We're doing okay. So we did the Fellowship Grace. Company Might. We got Stand Fast. So useful. First time playing the game, I didn't realize Stand Fast was so goddamn useful. And Creature Bane, of course, as a shot. Doing a modest 500. Not bad, not bad. Spirit Powers, obviously, we can Stone Shield or we can Flaming Fury. We're Stone Shielding Barathor. Okay, so we're looking because of the... Oh, and look at that. Very, very little damage. Yes, the Stone Shield is actually... Flaming Fury would do damage, obviously, but it's I think it's a lot smarter right now for us to just increase the attack power of Elagast and Hadhood while protecting everybody's health. That's probably a pretty... Oh, but Creature Bane missed. Not good, not good. But we started off with Arrow Volley, to be fair. So we did massive amounts of damage to begin, and then Flaming Fury, 500. Alright, so we're making up for that with a Flaming Fury. Almost 600 damage. And here comes the Tentacle Whip for double critical at 400, nearly killing Elagast. Big problem there. Restoring greater health is definitely our key idea here. So Barathor, who can't attack, obviously has to do that. Creature Bane is going to still do the most amount of damage, I probably determined. And 500, you know, 567, why not? We're back to Barathor, who could use a leadership or an item at this point. Maybe Company Valor would be our best bet, but we go for a Company Might once again. Don't know if that's my best idea. Tentacle Frenzy does no damage to Barathor or Hadhood with their mountain shields on. We gain a bunch of AP back from Fellowship Grace. And we're going to go for Company Valor this time with Barathor. Barathor, of course, only using his low-level leadership skills, is going to have a lot more turns. Elagast, come on, some Creature Bane. The problem with Hadhood, of course, is his speed. And he used Flaming Fury. And yeah, so it's still increasing because now we're doing 600 damage a hit. Reeking Spout, heavy damage on normally. Definitely, it took out Elagast, so now we have to use an Elf Medicine. We're limited to 7. We bring him right back, which is great because generally speaking, almost always, the moment you bring back a character, they're able to move once they come back, and so quick. But of course, he's got none of the Company Mights, so only 391. So all the Company Mights do stack, something that people asked last time in the comments on my old channel. They said, why are you constantly using Company Might? It doesn't stack. I'm like, well, yes it does. Because look how it went from 581, then 600 and stuff. It was definitely stacking. Tentacle Frenzy obviously doesn't nearly do as much as Reeking Spout. We're okay. Everyone's still in the blue. We're going to raise up Company Might once again because Barathor can't attack anyways. And it will raise the attack power of Elagast here. And boom, we do have ourselves. I believe that's a victory. Right there. Right there. Let's go. So, we did it. We cleared the Edagon region and we're officially into the, I believe, the western mines of Moria. We're going into Moria for the first time. So we cleared the first boss. We cleared the Watcher. And now this is our first battle that gave us a hell of a lot of trouble. More than once. And as you guys can see, obviously we didn't come out of that clean. So obviously our first battle here did not end so well. So our first attempt at the Watcher in the Water, we're already Nuzlocke attempt. We're already one attempt in. So yeah, we lost once. And so now we came all the way back. We defeated the Watchers, you guys saw, and now we're here in Western Moria, fighting against this round table battle. I always call them round table battles. I don't know why I call them round table battles. I just do. But they're rotation battles would be a better term, but I always call them round table battles. Don't know why. And yeah, so here we go, and we're not doing so hot, really. You guys see that lineup? Company Might, they're all going to attack. They're all going to have a turn. Thankfully, they were attacking Hadhood, and he got that stone shield up, because my god. And he dodged. Okay, so 3 of them did nothing. But you imagine if all 3 attacks landed on someone who would do damage. Fine. Alright. Like, look at that. Yeah, this is insane. This is insanity. So all 3 have a chance to attack. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do? King's Foil Sleeves adds... Alright, we're all back up into blue health, but that won't stay that way for long unless we do something. Goblin Bane is maybe a good idea. I honestly think that Stone Shield's the better idea, or Cleaving Wound. Yeah, oh, and we do go for the Cleaving Wound. Alright, do some minor damage as we go. Yes, let's go. Let's hurt them. Let's hurt them slowly. Citadel Rage? Yes. We finally got Citadel Rage. But we only get the one hit. That probably mattered. Oh no. Oh no. That is the problem. Big problem with Barathor early on. He gets Ecthelion's Wrath and Citadel Rage. Both of which all seem to miss a lot of their double hits and stuff. And look at this. Down to less 126. We are in the red. We're all in the red right now. And I'm saying fuck it. Perfect mode. Perfect mode. Just do it. Do it. And it's like, but perfect mode's not going to save us. So now Elagos is like, alright, what am I going to do? Got to use an item. Greater health to the party. We don't need the... We only have 2 Ent Drop flasks left. 404. That definitely saved us, but Hadhood only has 1 move. Crippling will take 1 unit out of there. Cleaving Wound on the weak one will kill him. But we should Cleave Wound another guy if we're going to do that. Yeah. Do I take him? Oh, I decide to... Oh, because it's not enough. And the Cleaving Wound was enough. Okay. But then, by that logic, I could use Goblin Bane. Okay, Leaping Slash. Missed. 310 for a critical. No. Critical. We're getting into the crits. Barathor's down. Due to a crit. I don't think the crit mattered there. Whew. Elagos, it missed, and we're back. We're back, baby. Okay. Immediately, elf medicine time. Come on. Oh, draining. Actually, yeah, draining shot smarter. Back, almost up to full, and killed one of the goblins. Very, very smart. And let Hadhood heal Barathor. We got 3 guys. Okay. Okay. I was like, my first instinct was obviously elf medicine, but I forgot about the draining shot. Draining shot, incredibly smart idea. And here we don't need to Citadel Rage. A quick Guardian Strike will kill this 1 goblin. We're down to 3. Okay, I thought it was 3, but now it was 4, but now we're down to 3. Taking all these crits with these leaping slashes. And of course, the draining shot is so useful for Elagos, especially low leveled like he is. He's doing massive damage, you know, or even medium damage, you could argue. He's doing medium to high damage, and he's getting all that health back because his health is so low. However, it's still great. Now, Hadhood finally had to give it up. Like, he couldn't survive forever, you know. So now it's Barathor's time to bring Hadhood back to life. With only less than half of his HP. But he can once again now bring up a Cleaving Wound on whoever he wants. Goblin Bane. Boom, baby. He killed that bitch. Alright, here we go. Now, Bowcraft. No. Air Flurry, no. Yeah, used Aim Shot. Depending on the circumstances, this is... Oh, and that double critical, baby. Let's go. Alright, so once again, this battle, as you guys could see, was very on the nose. Had a lot of those misses or dodges not landed, things could have went really, really south. They could have absolutely went south. And might as well just use Stone Shield. Sure. Elagos can't do it. So this is Barathor's kill. Excuse me. This is Barathor's kill. 100%. Oh no, we're gonna wheel about? Really? Okay. Alright. Just give it up, man. Skip. Hit Barathor. Barathor now can't hit shit. Alright, we really screwed up. So, company might time. Well, we're getting some leadership points. It is what it is. And then a Cleaving Wound, because we love Cleaving Wound. And boom! Hadhood gets the kill. Yeah! So here, this is a recording of my successful attempt that you guys just witnessed. But I did actually, here in my notes, I couldn't find the original footage, but I did lose this fight. So there is a loss here. It is going down in the Nuzlocke attempts as a loss. I couldn't find the footage where I actually lost this battle to showcase you guys how I made mistakes or how I lost. Obviously, this is a close battle and it's very difficult on your first run through, maybe your second run through, etc. But yeah, I did lose this battle. I'm just showcasing footage of the battle that I did lose. This one, obviously, it's not here. Just wanted to showcase it to you guys. Yeah, so that's why the counter is now going to be at 2. Alright, so we're into Moria and... Oh! Alright, it's this battle. Dark Escape. I forget what that does. You can actually look up what these do, but a lot of them are very vague in the descriptions online. You almost have to go into evil mode to figure out what they do. Alright, here we go. Fellowship Grace time. Look at everybody at over 1,000 HP at this point. And, Stun Strike. The thing we don't like. The scariest thing is stunning, because then you just set yourself up for fail. So immediately, we did the Mountain Shield. Everyone's guarded. Nobody's going to get hurt. But Barathor cannot... He can't do shit. Oh, I see. We're trying to Arrow Flurry... Oh, it won't let us? Trying to Arrow Flurry the 2 on the ledge, but we're just like, fuck it. There we go. Oh, double critical! Took out one goblin, no problem. Alright, well now we can hit the other one. Flames of Odin! But yeah, the problem with Stun Strike is, once again, how do you wake up from it? You just have to fucking wait. And... the issue is if he stuns everybody else and they can just get free fire on you, right? So, we wait until Stand Fast can come in with our leadership skill. And Flames of Voodoo, and boom. But I believe that, is this our boss? I'm pretty sure this is our boss. This is our boss battle. So that's kind of fair. Yeah, hit the, yeah. There we go. 1,300 to the mage. I was about to say, hit the goddamn mage. Actually, that perfect, I don't know why we're holding on to the perfect mode. Oh, but there are rules. If you hold on to perfect mode, you get more AP and shit like that, depending on the character. They're boosted if you hold on to perfect mode. That's probably why I'm not using it. And finally, Barathor comes back for a Stand Fast. So now Stun Strike won't matter anymore. We win. We are not going to lose now. Yeah, there are advantages to holding on to perfect mode. Specifically for Barathor, I believe, but also maybe Elagast? Maybe? Not 100%. Definitely for Barathor. You know, his definitely his AP cost, yeah, his AP cost goes down. See, 15, 22 and stuff like that. When we have perfect mode, his AP cost is a lot less. It's like 33% less or something. There we go. Arrow Flurry. Hit that Stone Striker and hit that other goblin. And boom! Not enough to kill him, but getting close. Triple slash. Flames of Odin. Boom. And yeah, Goblin Bane actually hit. Sometimes you can tell by the way the animation works, but some of them I can't tell. Some of them have a tell, some of them don't. Like Arrow Flurry, the when you hear that, it's never gonna hit. you know. And when Barathor swings his sword horizontally rather than vertically, he's not hitting his combo. You know, it just depends though. And a miss. Dark Renewal. Oh, he healed up. Isn't that right? Leaping Slash? Nah, like, we're fine. We're fine. Counterattack? Yeah, we're good. We're good. Now, granted, we are feeling a little bit of the effects here. So, we're going for Citadel Rage here. Just to take out that other goblin. And now we can Flaming Fury this guy. Oh, I see. I see what we want to do. We're trying to take out the archer. Leave only the mage left standing. Not healing Barathor's kind of weird for us. But they keep missing, or even when they hit Hadhood, they do nothing. Dark Escape is launched. Don't know what that does. Flames of Udon. Flames of Udon! Boom! Against poor Elagos, bringing him down to the yellow. And now we can just do an aim shot. Yeah, aim shot. Fuck it. Let's do high damage. Boom! 1200. Let's go. And then Guardian. No, we're gonna go Citadel Rage. We're gonna make sure this kills. Boom, boom. 2000 damage. What? What are you gonna do? Shoot a Goblin Arrow at us. But now we're gonna win. Flaming Fury. There's probably not enough to kill because of the Dark Renewal. And it's not. And Hadhood dodges once again. He's been dodging arrows for days here. So we're going to take a Piercing Might. And a miss. So why didn't we just use an aim shot? I don't know why we, you know, at this late stage in the game. So we're going to Company Might up. You know, just because we can. We take the hit. Didn't need to take the hit. Just go for the aim shot, man. Oh, Draining Shot just for the heal. That's kind of petty, but I mean, fair enough. Now we're fully healed. Yeah. And we just cleared the second part in one video. We cleared the second part. Look at that. So now we're into Eastern Moria. Let's go. And it's the final battle of Eastern Moria. Let's go. Obviously, I didn't think any of the troll battles were worth it. Balrog versus us. Let's fucking go. Let's go. So let's look at this. He's immune to basically everything. He's fragile to water, light, fire he absorbs. Just gonna say, that's kind of fucked. Now, I will admit that out of all the rules I established here, the one thing I did not take away was two very fine things. Rusts of Moria and Morgul Decay. I did not take those items away because I don't know if this challenge would actually be possible with no Idriel spirit powers, no Elagos Arrows Asleep, and then no Morgul Decay. I don't know if you'd be able to do this. The Balrog fight maybe, but certain other ones, I don't know. But we have Endure Flame and Endure Shadow between Gandalf and Hadhood. And then, obviously, Fellowship Grace here. We're going to load ourselves up, right? So this is a major battle. Obviously, I didn't think that anything in Eastern Moria was worth showcasing. That's actually kind of surprising, but now that I think about it, what was really worthy? We fought a bunch of trolls. A bunch of troll drummers. But I don't really remember anything crazy. So yeah, immediately Elagos goes for the Morgul Decay. So now we can actually do damage. Real damage to this guy. And remember, this is hard mode. This is hard mode. It's on the hardest difficulty in the game. And we're so goddamn good we already have Royal Grace. That's how goddamn strong we got. Because we said, no, we're not playing around. Roaring Inferno. This is going to suck. There goes all our AP. There goes most of our health. Gandalf is holding us together. Bolt of the Valor. Let's go. 6,000 damage. Let's go, baby. I believe he has 80,000 health. At least. Oh, no. We actually read that, and I didn't even read it. But he's got a lot of health. So that's... Yeah. It's going to take a lot of those. So what am I going to do? We're leaving the perfect mode for now. Do we restore... What are we going to do first? Yeah, see... Arrow volley, what's the point? So I think our best bet is to use an item. Like to restore our AP. That'd be our best bet. But we're betting on the Fellowship Grace to do that for us. And I think we don't want to waste it, so we're thinking about it. Short duration resistance to Shadow Spirit Power. We're looking through our items here. It's fair. Free use of action points for the battle. Arnor Mushrooms. Fuck it, let's go. Let's just see what that means. Okay, it doesn't mean it for him, but it probably means it for Hadhood. That'd be interesting. Free use of item action points throughout the battle? Indefinitely? I mean, Arnor Mushrooms, let's fucking go. See, I recorded this over a year ago, so I've forgotten all the items I knew and used, so... Okay, let's give everyone some stuff, and then we get the Fellowship Grace back. Obviously here, we've already used Fellowship Grace and Royal Grace, so the healing and the stuff. But now, we're using Royal Grace again. I don't know why. We already used Endure Shadow. Wizard Drain? No. Bolt of the Valor again. 6,000. 5,080. Alright. Let's go. Whip of Fire. Nearly with that crit. Nearly killing him. Counter attack. That's so cute for 852. Yeah, we're doing nothing. Okay, so Ranger Craft. Kingsfoil's Grace on Barathor. Not a bad idea. Once again, none of these things are going to work against the Balrog, so... Alright. Leadership, yep. Have it company... Sure. Fuck it, just... boost up our defense, because you are not winning this. And look at all those gains. Bolt of the Valor again. It's all Gandalf here. Without Gandalf, you do lose. I'm just saying. I don't think you can beat the Balrog without Gandalf. If you skipped every Gandalf turn, I don't think anybody would beat the Balrog. I really don't think. You would have to have a level 100 team or a level 70 team with all the skills. You need Aura of the Valor. You would need shit. Okay, so Barathor is officially gone. But our Hadhood, our man, finally got his Arnor Mushroom time, and he had to use a fucking item and revive Barathor. I'm actually mad about that. Hadhood finally had his time to shine. To do shit. Fully unencumbered by AP. Like, this is such a waste. I think I just wasted the Arnor Mushrooms. Okay, you have to do something. Are we relying completely on Gandalf in this fight? Like, I'm looking at the timestamp of this video and I realized I think this is the rest of the video is just this Balrog fight. That's why I didn't record anything else from Eastern Moria, because the Balrog fight took me so goddamn long to do it correctly. And a draining shot for 800. Okay, fair enough. Bolt of the Valor, fair enough. Also, 5,000 damage. Once again, Morgul Decay doesn't go away, so that's cool. That's totally fine. Pillar of Wrath. This is going to kill everyone but Gandalf. And I lied, I forgot about the Mountain Shield. So, no, do something. Do not, no. Sure. But seriously, don't do perfect mode. Dude, you have unlimited AP. Don't, no. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Every time, Barathor's like kind of useless right now. And then we're going to wait for Hadhood, the man, the myth, the legend. Granted, he can't really do much damage, but I feel like he can do better than fucking Barathor right now. Like, I gave him unlimited AP for the battle, and I haven't used it once. I feel like... I don't feel like I was thinking at the time. And now, we finally use perfect mode, because we realize Barathor sucks, so we don't care about the perfect bonus. And we do 11,000 damage. That was totally worth it. And End showed up and hit him with in the face with a rock. It was worth it. Bolt of the Valor does 5,000, so almost 20,000 fucking damage done to this bitch. Let's go. Let's fucking go. And then, let me guess. War Call might work. What about War Call? Just use War Call. Stop using Royal Grace. Mountain Shield, yes, thank you. You have unlimited AP and you finally used it. Thank God. Alright, cool. You know, it's funny because I'm commentating on my own poor gameplay from a year ago. Anyone see the irony in that? I think I see the irony in that. So, Wizard Drain, obviously, right now, because we don't have Bolt of the Valor, so boom, Wizard Drain. And I didn't realize, I think at the time I was like, holy shit, it gives AP to everybody. What am I thinking right now? God, my eyes are blue. Anyways, yeah. So here we go. I'm like rethinking my whole purpose in life, realizing that Wizard's Drain could have brought back all my AP and I didn't need to use all those items, and now I'm pissed, and now I'm thinking I don't have nimble crafting because I limited myself, and then we do company might. You know, standard. Whip of Fire, double critical, 250. Mountain Shield and Gandalf, match made in heaven, baby. Aim shot does 1,500 damage to the Balrog. Means nothing really to the Balrog, but still makes me feel good inside. Endure Shadow Time. Just to make sure we didn't lose that shit. And oh, are we actually gonna... Barathor's actually gonna go for it? 1, 2, 3. He actually does 3,600 damage. Actually, not bad, Barathor. Not bad. Whip of Fire, immune. Immune. And that counterattack did almost as much. Hadhood is the GOAT. He cannot be denied. Cleaving Wound, baby. Boom. 20. He just did almost as much as Gandalf in 2 attacks. Barathor's best move didn't do as much as 1 counter and 1 move. Just saying. Yeah, Bolt of the Valor, 53. Like, Hadhood is our GOAT. Why were we not using him? We're using him to heal up Barathor. Barathor is not him. Hadhood is him. Immunity to fire. Whip of Fire does nothing to him. Aim shot, 1,500, whatever. But, like, let's get more Hadhood. Like, increase his attack momentum. Let's do something. Oh, Roaring Inferno. This is going to kill something. No, actually, due to the Mountain Shield, apparently. But all the AP is gone. But now that we know about Gandalf's fun little ability, plus... Oh, did we forget we gave him Iron Arm? Yeah, we did. We really did. We forgot that, didn't we? So we get Wizard Drain. We completely forgot that Hadhood can use AP unequivocally for some goddamn reason. And then we just keep raising the attack of our guys because we know it stacks, because we learned that it stacks. Maybe it wears off, but it definitely does stack. Flaming Sword on Gandalf. It missed. Holy shit. Mountain Shield, baby. Mountain Shield was cast. Bolt of the Valor time. 6,000. Yeah. Oh, I called it. Guys, I did not actually. I just said it, you know, like let's go beyond 5,000. It was an even 6,000. I love getting shit like that. That's so fun. Arrows asleep. The thing we're not allowed to use. We finally learned it. The thing we can't use. We learned it. But yeah, that 6,000 thing. That literally just happened live. Like, I'm recording this commentary. I haven't watched this in like, since I edited it, like, 9 months ago. Whip of Fire. Immune because of Endure Flame, motherfucker! Let's go! Yeah, see that whole shit, like, why are we bothering with you? We have Hadhood. We're good. We're good because we have the had in the hood. We're good. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it with the had in the hood and the good. Yeah. I am not cutting that part out. And here we go. Aim shot. Doing what it does. Fuck Barathor. Guy has no eyebrows, getting 2 bitches. Makes no sense. With a fire doing 0 damage because of that Mountain Shield. Mountain Rage. Yeah, my boy didn't disappoint. 5,000 damage, motherfucker, in 2 hits. In 1 attack. Gandalf did less. Just saying. Hadhood did more than Gandalf. Not more in general, I'm just saying. I'm not shitting on Gandalf. Gandalf the boss. But I'm just saying that Barathor, why we wasted time when Hadhood is carrying this entire fight. Plus, we keep forgetting he doesn't need AP. We did not pay attention to that item description whatsoever. This is my fault. Terrible Nuzlocke attempt here. I'm not upset about the wizard drain either. Like, that makes total sense. It doesn't make sense to constantly, like, worry about Hadhood. Like, the fact that he attacked. He's such a tank. He's like, no. I do the most amount of damage. I'm going to defend everybody. Every time. And creature baning. Like, here comes the flaming sword. And it comes down on Elagast. Dodged. So it missed Gandalf. Dodged by Elagast. Bolt of the Valor to the face. Like, this poor Balrog. I actually kind of feel bad for this Balrog going up against this team. If he was up against a bunch of Barathors, he would have won. Missed. Flaming. Balrog is not having a good day. I feel bad. I do feel bad. These hits should have mattered. They didn't matter, but they should have mattered. And just for some reason for kicks, I'm like, yeah, you know what? No, endure the shadow. Endure the shadow. Oh, he's on his last legs. But like, why? Why did? Please, yes. Show him how it's done. Show him how it's done. That is how we hit a Balrog with 4,200 damage. That's how you hit a Balrog. Not 1,200 immediately. Fucking bullshit. For more AP. For more AP. Bolt of the Valor, baby. 6,000. Over 6,000 damage. That's the highest Bolt of the Valor we've seen. We're almost there. Here comes the Creature Bane. Does he do more than an aim shot? Oh, well, I missed, so. Come on, baby. No, come on. We got this. Hat Hood, you can act. He cares about the safety of the crew. Safety of the damn crew. Let's go. And you know what? Respect. Gotta give the respect to the game. The man is a tank, he's a shield. And his job is to make sure everybody else stays alive. And he's doing it. Let's go, Hat Hood. Let's go. Praise Hat Hood, because Hat Hood is the reason this Balrog fight is clearly in our favor. Clearly, we're not losing this. Clearly, this is right within our reach. Piercing Might. 1,000 damage. We love it. Love to see it. Bolt of the Valor is coming. Oh no, we're doing a Wisdom Drain. I don't know why, but we're doing it. Wave of Fire's incoming on Elagast. Does 0 damage to that wonderful mountain. Guardian Strike for 1,300. Creature Bane on Elagast. Is this the final blow? 1,400. Oh, no, yeah. Come on, man. Mountain Rage it. Do it. No, he missed for the first time. Hat Hood did not do his duty. You know what? To be fair, everyone else is fucked up so much. Hat Hood, you get a pass. You get a mulligan. If Hat Hood dies, don't care. He deserves all the experience. He deserves the boss kill. I don't know why I'm not bolting to the Valor right now, but it is what it is. I'm missing again, like, Barathor. You had one job. That probably would have killed. Aim shot, yeah, like I'm done with this miss shit, so I'm like, fucking hit him. Use the perfect mode. It would win. Elagast got the kill. At least it's not Barathor. At least it wasn't Barathor.
We plan to ambush some Isengard Urukai.
What shall my group do?
Prepare to charge when he opens fire.
Okay. Well, we just cleared 3 parts of the game. We actually we're at the end of disc 1 here, and we're winning. We're winning pretty good. So, saying, and we're in one of the big main battles of the next section of the game. Crazy how that works. Yeah, but that Balrog fight, my god. And now, once again, we're in a situation where it's like, okay, we have Idriel, we have Barathor, we have Hat Hood. It's like, oh my god, where is Elagast? We need him. And, like, I would just switch out, but now we can use Shield of Courage. Okay. Elf Eyes. Let's use Aranel, who is an elf dude. Who? Okay, bold. I mean, once again, we could end this with a perfect mode, and we choose not to, and it's weird. And now, yeah, come on, perfect mode. Oh no, you're gonna raise the AP. Oh my god. Just so you can do something next turn with like Flaming Fury or something. Just use the perfect mode, dude. Alright, Idriel, we switched out for Elagast, thank Christ. We finally got unlocked Frenzy, so now it's Bowcraft time with Arrow Flurry. No, Crippling. Oh, and we learned Pinning Shot in the same breath? Cool. Alright, and no, we're not allowed to. Well, we're not allowed to use multiple arrows of sleep. But I don't think we use arrows of sleep. Because I'm pretty sure my idea was no arrows of sleep whatsoever, even when we get the ability to. When we're able to single target them, I believe we mistakenly use them once or twice. but it's never mattered. You know, it wasn't like at death's door or anything like that. So, but definitely cannot use arrows of sleep once we get the ability that hits everybody for sure. But I'm pretty sure I said no arrows of sleep. So these guys are trying to hit and they're just failing. Aim shot worked good. Oh, damaging shield. Once again, physical only though. Only physical, so nothing here. Damaging shield don't work so well, does it? Company might time. Now, Idril would be great here if we could use her spirit powers, but that's why we switched out for Elagos, because she can't use shit. Arrow flurry. Oh, that double crit for almost 2,500. And then 1,200. Alright. But still, that double crit was awesome. That double crit was great. Aim shot? Yeah, fuck it. Hit something, see what happens. For 1,200? Sure, why not? These Mordor orcs. They need to be taught a bit of a lesson, I think. I feel it in my bones that they deserve to be taught a lesson. Alright, so company resistance, company valid. Yeah, I'm just like stacking up all the defensive, you know, and resistance stats right here. Not a bad idea, realistically. Nope. Flaming Fury. Get rid of that poser. Elf Eyes. Forget what that does. Oh. Heals us a little bit. Okay. Earth Bolt. Yummist. Leadership. Wicked War Call them. But for some reason, we're not going to do that. We're just going to Fellowship Grace. Fair enough, actually, because it ups all the... Yeah, it ups the AP and quite handily. So now, when we get back to Hadhood or Elagust or whatever, we can Frenzy. We can do a lot of things. For Barathor side... Just War Call their ass. No, I'm content with just continually building up the defense, like, so they have 0 chance. And Elf Eyes just to make sure we heal. Oh, the damaging shield is going to do so well right now. Finally, yeah, War Call somebody. There we go. Charge! We missed. Which, okay, that wasn't what I was thinking. Training shot. 2,400, and that was not worth it. I could have done that in my sleep, and then he aims shot, and he gets a double critical and kills him anyway. So that was not... Yeah, the War Call AP amount was not worth it. Piercing Might, though. 1,000 damage. Kill the last Uruk. Uruk-hai. Flaming Fury, yeah. Might as well. Just keep hitting this guy. And an Orc Shot. And we're almost... There we go. And Hadhood is the victor here. Let's go. Oh my god, they're eating the horse flesh.
Behind the horse, a captive, still alive.
Yeah. Idril just rushes in. Okay, I guess here we go. Here we fucking go. Idril, you got us into this. What are we gonna do? Alright, Idril, I mean, you started this shit. Let's bloody see what happens. And you missed your first stunning strike. Typical. Once again, we shit all over Barathor in the Balrog fight. So, shitting on Idril right now is not misogynistic. It's not sexist. It's just the fact that she sucks. So does Barathor. But right now, Barathor is doing much better because all she's doing is losing. She's getting attacked, she's getting hurt, and Barathor is just arming the defense right now. So realistically, kind of hurting the whole team here. And of course, Hadhood, our dude, our man, our literal shield is launching Mountain Shield, so that we don't have to deal with this crap. And this actually is funny because this battle sets us up for the Helm's Deep, how Helm's Deep is going to be portrayed, and we don't even really realize it. Rohan slightly sets us up for it, but this battle is more in line with how Helm's Deep operates, and we're not really recognizing it yet at the time that there might be a full-on version of this, like a big version of this, you know? Here in the east, I'm in gullies. Finally get that stunning strike off. But we get a staggering slash, and it's like, oh no. However, we already have our stand fast, so we're all good. Barathor goes for a company might. Once again, just trying to boost everyone rather than just take all the glory for himself and constantly using the sword craft abilities. He's constantly allowing other characters to build up their own skills while continuing on in the story, right? Like Dwarven Creed, look at that. Almost 5,000 damage on one crit. Amazing. And Alphys, of course, is just going to do a small heal for us. I don't know why we don't use more of that, but I think we're just trying to get the most amount out of this. So it's studying strike time, doing the same to the replacement Uruk-hai that replaced the one that Hadhood just defeated. We use Uruk-hai Bane up against the one that can use the Grave Wounds and stuff like that. 2,500 damage on one attack. That's pretty good. Staggering Slash, of course, will do damage. Oh, well, it would have if it didn't miss. And we get a counterattack, but the damaging shield is obviously still up. And the Grave Wounds does miss. Counterattack, boom. 4,500 crit, like, as a counter, just to whack. Like, is this what? Like, you heard of whack-a-mole. Should we call it whack-and-irk? Because that's what Hadhood's doing. He's just chopping these guys down, like, for fun. And I was like, all right, we're gonna increase the defense a little bit more here. Boom, like everybody's got this, so up the defense. I don't know why we're not switching out for Elagast right now, unless we're trying to raise up first. Guys, most of you will understand the reason why we want to raise up specifically Idriel, not just by level, but by certain skills. Because when you're not allowed to use your spirit skills, there is a part of the game that would become, how do we say, impossible without raising her up in some capacity. Just saying. So if we're limited from using one of her 2 skill trees, it just, you know, it makes the most amount of sense that we would utilize her in certain battles and certain grinding and stuff like that to make sure that she's viable enough to survive the game, shall we say. And here we go, just a quick dwarven cleave to the Urk. 5,000 is, I know it's a crit, but 5,000 damage. Shortly just after, Gandalf's best was 6,000. 6,111 damage was Gandalf's best on a Balrog. And now we have Hadhood going in the low 5,000s. I mean, I'm just impressed, and I love it. Like, Uruk-hai Bane, yeah, 2,500. Okay, cool. And we do win the battle, and that does win us pretty much the East Emmett Gully. Yeah, pretty much. So that's the end of that.
You have strange powers.
And yeah, we get this.
I hadn't agreed.
We get the scene from the end here of disc 1 and stuff like that. It's all good.
Travel with us.
But yeah, that's it. Disc 1, 4 regions cleared. That's 4 regions completely cleared. And awesome for us,
Here,
right?
forces must part ways. We shall meet
Yeah.
again before you leave this land.
I will fulfill my part in this. He shall prove worthy of our trust.
So, now we're pushed into hostile land, lost, on foot, and without aid. This is a marvelous quest you're leading us on.
So harsh cut there, but that is honestly the end of disc 1. We did disc 1 in a 1+ hour video with the description, of course, and stuff like that. But in less than 2 hours, we did all of disc 1, 4 regions, 4 bosses, Nuzlocke attempt. Now locked. We are on technically our 3rd attempt, obviously, at this point, because we've already had 2 attempts. And yeah, but either way, what do you guys think? I thought we did pretty well. The Balrog fight took us longer than, I don't think longer than necessary because it's the Balrog fight, but still that was the main thing. And once again, we cleared up East Emmett Gullies pretty quickly. There wasn't a lot of notable battles. Once again, I will showcase more notable battles, or I think I will, in subsequent videos, but at the end of the day, you know, if we're just fodderizing things, I'm not going to show it to you guys. Random battle, important battle, or otherwise. So, is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys enjoyed the lore, down here, if you guys enjoyed the video format, the way I'm doing this, how can I improve it, by the way? Is there things that you like, things that you don't like? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Like, comment, and subscribe as always, and we'll see you guys back here next time for part 2 of our Nuzlocke attempt at the 3rd Age, Lord of the Rings. Technically on the GameCube, but I'm emulating it. You guys know that. So, anyways, have a good one. Sayonara. Bye-bye.